All right, it's Nevin here with Cameo with Nevin Webster podcast. I am sitting in the modern nest with Catherine, who is the Nurture Mama doula. And basically when my wife and I found out that we were expecting, my wife reached out, set us up for some prenatal classes, signed up again for one of Catherine's newborn care classes. And if you ask my wife, I probably didn't listen as much as I should. So I asked Catherine to speak with me about, what I need to know when, the sirens go off. We're having a baby. The water broke. We need to get ourselves to the hospital. And so I asked her to chat with me about what I need to know as I'm driving to hospital. If she could kind of be in my ear, in my head as I'm driving to the hospital, what should I be reminding myself? What should I be thinking about? Basically creating a short podcast of reminders for myself of what I need to know. And with that, Catherine, introduce yourself, where people can find you, what you do, who you are, and what you think I need to keep top of mind when Kayla starts giving birth.
All right. Well, thanks, Nevin. I'm Catherine Taylor, and my business is Nurture Mama Doula Care. Website is just nurturemama.ca. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, all of those places. I'm a doula, a birth doula. So I'm there to support families during pregnancy, their labor, and the birth of their baby. I'm a postpartum doula, so I offer support after the baby arrives at home with hands-on help. I am an infant care specialist, and I teach newborn care classes, prenatal classes, and I'm a certified child passenger safety educator.
Yeah, so basically anything to do with kids, young kids.
And babies, yeah.
Kids and babies.
Yeah.
They come to you when they need help with just about the start of the journey to the end, by the sounds of things. And, the journey starts with labor. So what do I need to know about labor? When Kayla goes into labor and she starts freaking out, I got to keep cool, calm, and I press play to this podcast. What should I think about?
Okay. Well, you guys did take the classes, so you're going to be more prepared than you think you are. A lot of it's going to come back to you, so you were there. The biggest thing to keep in mind when labor starts, and all labors are different, but usually when contractions start, it's early labor. So there's not actually a lot going on in the very beginning, and early labor, especially for a first-time mom, first baby, can take a really long time sometimes. So the secret and the key is actually to kind of ignore early labor. Like it's happening, but it's not really happening. You're going to look at it out of the corner of your eye. You're going to rest. You're going to ignore. You're going to distract. And so for you to be able to help her, you can be like, okay, so maybe these contractions are happening. Is this labor? Is it not labor? So kind of like timing a few, seeing if there's a pattern, and if they're quite far apart, so like 5 minutes or more apart, and they're kind of short, like 30 to 45 seconds, and they're not super intense, that's a good sign that it's early. So in those cases, you both want to rest and ignore and distract. And you can make sure she's eating some good food, drinking lots of water. You should be doing the same thing because we want you both to have energy when labor kind of picks up and gets more intense. And whatever you would be doing normally at that time when contractions start is what you should be doing. So if it's like 2 a.m. and you would normally be sleeping, you should try to sleep as much as you can.
Or just listen to this podcast and repeat.
Yes.
Calm ourselves down.
Yes. And you could be like, okay, this is good. Just calm, relax, lots of rest. It's all about rest. There's nothing you can do to speed early labor up. So there's no sense in like going to climb a mountain to try and march the baby out. You need to conserve your energy. So resting, ignoring, distracting is the magic key, the secret in early labor. When things start to get more intense, so the contractions will have a pattern. They will become longer, stronger, and closer together. So that's your clue that things are like, okay, the baby is coming. This is really happening. And when you make the shift from early labor into active labor, it doesn't matter if you sit, stand, lay down, her contractions are just going to keep coming. And they're going to come more frequent. So like 3 or 4 minutes apart, and they're going to last longer. So closer to a minute. and it's going to be consistent. So early labor is super inconsistent, which is the clue that you know it's early labor, because if she goes to lay down, they might slow down or space out. If she gets up and walks around, they might speed up again. And early labor will drive you crazy because it's like, what is happening here? It's so inconsistent. Whereas with active labor, when you start to make that shift, there's like no denying it. It doesn't matter what she's going to do. Those contractions are coming. Okay. And they are more, they're stronger. So they feel a little bit more uncomfortable and they last longer too. So true active labor, that's like causing cervical dilation, which is like, we're on our way, this baby is coming, are going to last more like a minute long, even just rolling over that minute, and it's consistent. So every care provider will have different recommendations on when you should go to the hospital. We know that it's better if you are at home for early labor and you're more comfortable, you're in your space, you have access to your things. But you would have to find out what your care provider says, like, when should I come to the hospital? Usually for first baby, and you live like in town, it would be kind of 311 or 411. So your contractions are 3 minutes apart. They are lasting a solid minute, and it's been consistent for an hour. That might be what they would recommend to you.
So 311, we jump in the car, drive like an ambulance, like it's 911, and start heading to the hospital.
You should just drive normally. And truthfully, Nevin, it won't matter how you drive. Kayla's not going to like how you're driving. You'll either be
perfect.
driving.
I'll just make sure I take her car, which she'll hate even more.
You'll either be driving too fast or too slow, or it's too bumpy. So just drive the speed limit. There's no like panic. But yeah, the ride to the hospital can be uncomfortable. So things that you can do, obviously you will have put your labor bag in the vehicle. So hopefully you have that packed.
Oh, she's
taking
well
care
on
of
her
it.
way to making sure that is me. I just need the clothes on my back.
Okay.
I can sleep on the floor.
Okay, you'll be good to go. The other tip that I really like for packing the hospital bag is she can like assemble everything, or you guys can do that together. But then if you pack the bag, you know where everything is in the bag.
Yeah, so it's like when I'm going on an ultra run, I know exactly where different things are in my little running bag.
Exactly.
And so I can basically become the support team.
Yes.
The support team, and she asks something, I can hand it over right away. And you provided a great list to Kayla to pack and to focus on. On that list, what are your top 3 things that, let's say for whatever reason the go bag doesn't
get into the car.
What are the top 3 things?
Chapstick. So when she's having contractions, she's going to be doing a lot of heavy breathing, and it doesn't take too long before she's going to feel like she's stranded on a raft out in the ocean, and her lips will be very parched and very dry. So if you have chapstick, that is like a really awesome thing that can help her feel a little bit better. You don't really actually need a lot. So chapstick, it's nice if you have like something if she wants to get in the shower. But even if you arrive at the hospital, you weren't planning on having a baby that day, she
take it from there.
She doesn't need to have any clothes on for you. You can ask for a pair of scrubs if you wanted to get in with her. Snacks are really important. Labor and delivery has like a little kind of kitchenette or fridge that has some stuff in it that's meant only for the mom. And sometimes there's all kinds of really delicious things in there. And other times it's like tuna sandwiches and milk. And I don't know too many people that want to eat tuna sandwiches and milk in labor. So if you have snacks for both of you, that would be really important for sure.
Yeah, and from there, I guess we just kind of let the medical professionals do what they do. I have great faith in the current medical system, so I'm not too concerned about that. But so after the baby and we bring home stuff, you've actually got some kind of drop-in community center-esque stuff happening here at the Modern Nest. Can you just kind of share what that is, what the purpose of that is, and kind of the results you've seen from that community here at the Modern Nest?
Yeah, so we have a really great space that we've basically set up, it looks kind of like a living room. We wanted it to feel really cozy and comfortable and a safe place for people to come and land, either during pregnancy when they're coming to learn about labor and birth, or afterwards once they've had their baby. They can come and just connect with other couples. Lots of people don't know people with babies, or it feels really intimidating the first time you're coming out of the house, or breastfeeding in public for the first time. So this space is a place where people can come and connect and gather. Lots of people make new friends. Babies and children are really good at making friends for you. And yeah, we have the Gather and Grow drop-in, which is open to basically anybody. You can be pregnant, you can have a brand new baby, a toddler, and we offer that drop-in session once a month. You can come for 5 minutes, you can come for the whole time. It's super informal. We've got coffee, tea, we've got an awesome little coffee bar, snacks. Sometimes it's home-baked. Usually not, though. And yeah, there's no structure, not formal at all. It's just like a casual gathering for people to come and share their experiences. And then the other drop-in that we offer is newly nested, and that is for the fresh babies, fresh mums. So 12 weeks or less postpartum, just because it can be a really vulnerable, sensitive time. So it's a little bit quieter. There's usually less people, and it's maybe that's the very first time you've ventured out of the house by yourself with the baby. And it's just a nice, casual, comfortable setting. You can come covered in pee and puke and poop and in your pajamas. Just get out of the house and come hang out.
Yeah. So outside of, I guess, the hospital, you guys probably see the most babies and kids kind of come through your doors. Is there kind of couple names people should avoid that are extremely popular lately? Not that we haven't already chosen a name, but what are some names that we're seeing they're trending right now?
I don't know. I don't really feel like there's a trend. I'm always so surprised by some of the different names. There's really such a great variety. I don't know if you've checked out the baby board out here on the wall. The midwifery clinic has, every month they'll put the baby's birth date, the names, and the weights of the baby. So lots of people are scoping out that board when they come in just to maybe get ideas. And lots of times people are looking at the weights of the baby too, because they're kind of curious how big they end up being. Yeah, all names. I mean, all names are great names.
Yes, like Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Right, Kayla? A baby girl named Optimus Prime.
Maybe the middle name, Nevin.
Yeah, I've already forfeited that too. I'm allowed to name the boy if there is ever a boy, but she's already shot down those names too. But anyways, we're coming to the end, and so what are some parting thoughts? So let's say I listen to this whole podcast on the drive, and I forget absolutely everything. What's something I should write on my hand when this is all going down in big black Sharpie marker? What do I need to remember?
That you will be amazing no matter what. Even if you forget everything, the fact that you and Kayla have such an awesome connection, you know her better than anybody else. So it doesn't matter if you took any classes, you read any books, you did any preparing, you absolutely forget everything. Just listen to her and follow her cues and be there for her. Just be present, and you will be the perfect support person no matter what. And make sure that you're eating and drinking and taking care of yourself so that you don't pass out.
Oh, I won't pass out. I'm good. Good. I once ran 50K on 3 hours sleep. I'll be fine.
Oh, you'll be awesome in labor. You'll have no issues at all. Perfect. You guys are going to do awesome.
Yeah, it'll be quite a change. We're only a month and a half out, so got the nursery more or less done. I think the only thing not done is she wants me to repaint a mirror or something because it's got to match. God forbid it doesn't. But anyways, thank you, Catherine, for meeting with me. You can be found at nurturemama.ca or at the Modern Nest, which the doors are pretty well open Monday to Friday. So pop on by if you have any questions about babies, childbirth, any of that stuff, because it's a pretty scary thing. And so it's nice to have someone who's a professional. And anything else you want to share? One last crack at it?
No, just thanks for having me. This is great. And yeah, you'll have to keep us posted how you guys do. Can't wait to meet the little one.
Cheers. Thanks, Catherine.
Thank you.